Sometimes even a draw can become a win in the right hands. I am sure you've been taught that this endgame is a draw. Black has an outside pawn and one bishop that is not on the same color as the promotion square. Which means that if black simply tries to promote this pawn, black is actually going to be on time to stop it, as long as it reaches the corner in time. Now of course promoting this pawn would result in the king capturing it, and the bishop cannot really help in any way because it cannot protect that square. Once the king reaches the corner, even if we bring our own king, there's going to be no way to make any progress in this position. This is either going to be a stalemate, like this, or the king will not be able to approach the white king. But what if I told you that in this specific case, black is actually completely winning with the right plan? Here's the key. If black can somehow prevent the white king from reaching the corner, this would be winning. And that's how black comes up with bishop to e3. Now taking away some of the squares that lead to the corner. If the king now tries to reach the corner like this, unfortunately pawn to h3 is going to shut down the light square that was the only path for the king to reach the corner, effectively placing white in Zugzwang. The king will have to go away, and now the pawn can promote. But of course white has a better option. The king can attack the bishop and force it to move, and as you can see, this is the best move. But what's interesting is, we don't even need to move the bishop. The pawn can keep going with its path towards promotion. Now taking the bishop would be a blunder, because actually the pawn can simply promote. The king is too far away to stop it. So white has to use the king to try and chase the pawn with king to f3. Now of course if the pawn tries to push, the king is going to be able to stop it via g2. But black has a very precise move here. Black can actually sacrifice the bishop with bishop to f4. Of course the bishop cannot be taken, or the king would be too slow to stop the pawn. And the bishop and pawn are preventing the king from getting closer to the corner. So the only option for the white king is to try and keep staying close to the corner. But now, one last precise move is going to secure the win for black. And it is going to be bishop to h2. Now the bishop and pawn completely prevent the king from reaching the corner, meaning that white can only wait around while the king approaches and eventually is going to kick the white king out. And this position is going to be winning for black, leaving white with no other option but to resign the game. If you want to get this incredible board, you can find the link in bio.